Coming to you live, this is the Alpha Nerds Podcast.
What's going on, everybody? Here we are, the Alpha Nerds Guild Podcast, episode 10. It's 10 podcast. I am ABN, and I am also followed with the one and only Twiz. How are you, sir?
Now, son, today you call me McTwiz. It be St. Patrick's Day.
It be.
Sorry. I'll behave.
And coming back off of his leave, I don't really know. We have the one and only Dean. Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm good. I'm very well, thank you. How you doing?
I'm doing well. We were gonna do a Wednesday episode, and I do apologize. I had probably SARS or something. I'm not really sure.
Seems likely.
It seems likely, but here we are again. A lot of stuff has happened. It seems like the world just all of a sudden changed, and here we are doing things and stuff. But while we've gone, what y'all been up to? Twiz, what have you been doing?
Let me see. Been working and then working. Trying to get my podcast mates together to do a podcast. And then working. Squeeze a little Fortnite in. And then more working.
Oh, it's pretty deep. It's pretty deep.
So deep in so many levels. Like, I just feel the deepness right now coming out of me.
Yeah, it's a whole new experience, I guess. I guess we'll move over to Dean. Well, I know it's nowhere near as glorious as what Twiz has been up to, but what have you been up to, sir?
Well, I've been battling the flu the past 2 weeks, so my head's been hitting the pillow, so I've been really unwell, under the weather. I've had the man flu, but all better now. Ready to kick off this podcast.
Did you
That's
say you
awesome.
had the man flu?
Yes, I had the man flu. Do we have a problem here?
No. I don't know the difference between the man flu and what Chris had.
Well, yeah.
Well, what I had, I was dying. Like, I could not get out of bed. Like, my muscles were aching. I couldn't even travel to my door.
It sounds like a real struggle. I apologize.
It was. But I'm better now. I got my chocolate shake.
Oh, because that.
And everything's better now.
Yeah, right. Now that you have your chocolate shake, obviously that comes out perfectly.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, so
Okay, let me ask you this though, Dean, because I'm always curious, to ask you and God these questions. So here in America, I mean, it's artificial, I know, but we make a big thing of St. Patrick's Day. Obviously, I'm in all green. I'm drinking a nice Irish stout. Does it have any kind of impact on what you guys do down there at all?
Honestly, for us, it's just another day for us to drink. It's just another reason for all us to get together, drink, do what Aussies do, shrimp on the barbie. But honestly, it's just another day for us to drink. Like, I'm not an Irishman, but I know I don't celebrate it per se. Like, it's the whole thing like Australia Day. A lot of people will celebrate Australia Day based on the fact for another reason to get completely hammered, completely drunk, without a consequence,
Yeah, I mean, those are that reason upon and many of other reasons is absolutely acceptable for consuming alcoholic beverages. No one will discredit that.
Exactly. No one's going to discredit you saying, why are you drinking? Oh, it's Australia Day. It's okay. Oh,
right.
It's St. Patrick's Day. Oh, yeah, you can drink.
I mean, if you were to think about it, I don't really think there's a time for most people, if they would ask the question, why? It's more so, can I join you? More so than it is why.
Have you got more?
Exactly.
But go ahead, going on into the news, because I mean, man, there's so much news happening. Obviously, the top news before AB didn't mention, didn't put it at the top. The Avengers Infinity War trailer, number 1 and number 2, dropped before we came here. So let's go ahead and talk about this. The comic book man himself, Twiz, let me know. What are we talking about here?
Okay, So I literally have been working all day long. They dropped a trailer for the second one already.
No. 2 different trailers.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, no. Trailer 1 and trailer 2 of said movie. Yeah.
You had me scared for a second there. Actually, I absolutely when I think I threw it up on the Facebook page. As soon as I saw it, I had it up. I was putting it up there
Mhm.
For the Alpha Nerds Guild. This trailer blew me away like no other. It had everything you could possibly want, and yeah, the giggles and the laughs. And I love the line Peter Parker when he meets Doctor Strange. He says, "Hi, I'm Peter Parker. Well, I'm Doctor Strange." Oh, we're using our made-up names. Well, I'm
Right.
Spider-Man. I was cracking up.
Yeah.
But then I totally had a full-on nerdgasm when Captain America catches Thanos'
Absolutely.
punch. I was
Absolutely.
like, yes!
Captain America.
Because that's actually a scene straight from the comic books. And what follows... Do I say what follows? Because
Well, no, no, let's not spoil that. Come on.
Oh, come on!
You could just say it's exciting or something.
It's heartbreaking.
See,
It very is.
see, I don't need that. I don't need that kind of stuff happening right here. And all complaints at Betamax_13, as you can see on the screen here. Please send all hate mail in that direction.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry, hold on, wait.
Dean, I don't know.
Put it at the beginning. Spoiler warning.
Right, Dean. Did you see this? I'm not sure if they had an Australian dubbed version, but did you happen to see it?
No, I haven't, because Australia here, we always get things last. We never get things on time. So if we're lucky to get something on time, like you guys probably see it 6 months beforehand. Like I'm still waiting for the season finale of This Is Us.
Oh,
Okay, like I'm still waiting for that to air on Australia TV. But no, I haven't seen the new Avengers trailer. And damn you, Twiz, for spoiling it all to me.
Well, yeah, they don't go exactly along with.
No, how dare you?
they don't exactly go with the trailers. So I mean, with the comics. So who knows what comes next? But
yeah. I mean, I'm kind of with the same thing with you, Twiz. It definitely gave me the sense of what I was looking for. And I was also excited to see that it was a trailer that didn't show all of the good stuff, but still had you hyped watching it.
Exactly.
That really got me going. Yeah, it just gives you the basic premise of what's going on, and just lets you know that stuff is happening.
Well, see, and here's the one thing that I liked that was in the trailer that everyone missed. At least no one's talked about it anyways. At least I haven't seen anyone talk about it.
Mhm.
Because there's been speculation. There was speculation during Doctor Strange and a few other things. Is there's a clip. It's briefest of seconds, but you see War Machine in there, and there's been speculation: is he dead? Is he really injured? Because there's talk about an Air Force colonel when Doctor Strange had needed spinal surgery. So everyone was talking, oh, Rhodey is hurt and he can't. Well, we know we have Rhodey. Rhodey's alive. He's there.
Right.
It's like a split second, but if you're eagle-eyed, you'll catch it.
I saw him, and I did see he was wearing those braces. So, you know, in my mind, and obviously in comic book world, you got a guy like Doctor Strange, you got a guy like Tony Stark. I mean, there ain't no way that he can't participate. If I was to, you know, I mean, screw it. War Machine can be Wheel Machine because he'll be in a wheelchair flying through the sky. Who cares? I mean, this is comic book land.
Wheel Machine.
They're right. You could do what you want.
Yeah. No, I'm totally hyped. And see, I have the fortunate luck of having my birthday be in middle of May, which there's a great movie that's dropped right on my birthday, or right before, or right after.
Mm-hmm.
And I always call it, that's my birthday movie. I don't always go do all the big premieres and whatnot, but every year there's one movie I go, okay, that's my birthday movie. We're going to the big theater that does the food. I just hit a button, someone brings me a burger and fries, and they bring me a beer, and they keep bringing me beers, or they bring me a soda with the reclining leather seat, and I just sit back, ease back,
and pass out like an old man.
Like an old man. But Avengers is going to be my birthday movie this year, and I'm so totally stoked. I think And every year, here's the thing: every year with the Avengers movies, what we end up doing is me and my kids, they're older now, but we start with Iron Man 1, and then we watch them chronologically.
Yeah,
Nice.
Single one.
that's awesome.
And we do a movie marathon. Some of us sleep through part of it. Some of us stay awake for all of it. But we finish it off with the premiere of the newest Avengers movie.
Nice.
So,
that's awesome.
looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Damn, I wish I lived at your house. Because I'll be keen for doing.
Dean will adopt you. Come to America.
Okay. Like every family wants a 24-year-old.
You wouldn't be the first 24-year-old that we've adopted. And just randomly.
Excellent. Well, you gonna pay for my airfare?
Fuck. I mean, heck no.
Well, onto gaming stuff that we have going on. Obviously, Fortnite's still doing its thing on iOS. The invites are going out, as well as new patch notes from what I've seen. Have you checked those out, Twiz?
I have not, because I don't have an iPhone, but I've seen a lot of YouTube videos. And the really cool thing is, even though the gameplay is slightly different, I'm really impressed in how it looks. That's the thing to me. Is it looks like it plays sort of like the regular Fortnite, and everything that you expect in a Fortnite game is there. The building, the emotes, the skins, it's all there,
right?
And that's fantastic as far as I'm concerned. And they've absolutely got it right.
Yeah, they've been pretty smart. I mean, this is an epic game, pun intended. So, I mean, this is their baby. Unreal Engine 4 is their baby. I mean, that's their bread and butter. That's what they've been living on for God knows how long. So that's not a surprise. So they're able to basically just spread the love and just put it everywhere they could possibly think of putting it.
So what you're saying is you're going to download Fortnite tonight, and we're going to play Fortnite after the podcast.
Probably not. Moving on. So we have.
It's free.
We don't care.
Moving on. Witcher 3 fans, go ahead and jump for joy, because apparently your favorite boy, Geralt, is going to be moving into a different game. This particular game is Soul Calibur 6. Yes, the guest character on Soul Calibur 6 is the one and only Geralt from the Witcher series. And I guess Twiz that made him quit. But
no, he'll be back. He had to go to the toilet. Toilet break for Twiz.
That's right. Pending. So Dean, you a big Witcher fan or what?
Honestly, I've never really played the series, so I can't really comment. But I have played the Soul Calibur games, going from number 3. Back on the PlayStation 2 days. Everyone remembers the PlayStation 2 era.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I have been looking forward to that for some time, like on a whole new platform, like because those are the ones that came on the PlayStation 3, and then they kept on putting them on like the Wii. And don't get me wrong, I'm not bashing on Wii people, but that's not a console in my opinion. And then they just kept on putting it on different platforms like the PS3. But I'm glad to see it on the new gen console, and I'm looking forward to what happens next.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested. I've played all of the Soul Caliburs, even if it was just a very short amount of time. I'm interested to see what they did with this one, because they've been out of the loop. They've been out of the loop, and games like Tekken have been continuing on. Your Street Fighters have been continuing on.
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, your Mortal Kombats, your Dragon Ball Fighters came out. All these different fighting games have kind of filled that void that Soul Calibur used to inhabit. So I'm anxious to see what Soul Calibur does, and how it's going to be effective. And it's a battle royale, with fighting games right now, because there's so many out there and so many different ways going on. Plus, Smash got announced. Let's not forget Smash.
Yeah.
Super Smash Brothers is gonna obviously come out and destroy on the Switch, so we'll see what they do with that. But once again, if you're a Witcher fan, you'll be able to play him again on Soul Calibur 6. Far Cry.
Well, I just hope. Sorry to interrupt you there.
No, go ahead.
I'm just hoping they keep the true origins to the game.
Mhm.
Like, it's been like 6 years since the last installment of Soul Calibur, which was number 5, I believe, and that was on the PlayStation 3
Yeah.
and the 360, which had its draw and they had everything going for it because it had a lot of crossover through Assassin's Creed, the
Right.
fighting style and all that. And I just hope they keep that true caliber from the game. They don't try to be different. They don't try to change a lot of things because there's a lot of saying that they're going to have different developers put in their 2 cents in as well.
Mm-hmm.
Which, don't get me wrong, I'm always happy for that. But at the same time, it's like you want the true caliber, what people are going to remember, not something that you're going to change so much that people are going to go, what the hell is this? This is a whole different game, you know?
Right. Yeah. You don't
You
mess
want-
with the formula.
Yeah.
Yeah. The formula that made
Like,
them
there's
popular.
a reason there's a reason some people go for Call of Duty over Battlefield.
Mm-hmm.
Not to turn this to a competition, but that's the thing. Some people like fast pace, some people like slower pace. You know, like, don't change this formula. Leave it how it is. Everyone likes it as it is.
Right.
And yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah. Kind of, for example, Maxi. You know, somebody with Maxi with the, you know, with his nunchucks, the way he moves should be the same. Like something like that should not change. It's those
Yeah.
subtle nods to the past. And, you know, it keeps it original, it keeps it grounded. So yeah, I definitely do hope they kind of keep that core element to it and just make it new, make it fresh in that sense, meaning, you know, new move sets, new
yeah.
you know, maybe additional characters, maybe it branches out more, DLC, stuff like that, since we're in the realm, you know, DLC is so big now.
Absolutely.
But moving on to the next thing, we got Far Cry 5. I haven't had all the details yet, so, you know, by all means, you can go check it out if you're interested. With Far Cry 5 coming up, they have admitted it's going to have microtransactions. We do not know yet. I don't know all the details on exactly how these microtransactions are going to work, but this is Ubisoft. This is not EA, so don't grab your pitchforks and torches yet. However, keep them on standby just in case. But the campaign will be playable offline. That is a big difference. That is not something that's normal for a game in that genre of Far Cry and things like that. I don't think we need the machete either, but
Oh.
but at the same time, saying something like campaign is offline, that's something that, man, I think almost every developer goes through growing pains when they release a new game, especially story-based game. When it first comes out, it has to be online, and everybody's saying, why are we still doing this? You know, this is a campaign. I should be able to play this anywhere that I can bring my console. And Ubisoft, at least for Far Cry 5, has listened to you. So I like I said, I haven't really been eyeing this game. I might check it out a little bit more just to see. Hasn't piqued my interest completely. But you never know. You never know what's gonna happen. Any of y'all shown any interest in Far Cry 5 at all?
I am showing some interest, but at the end of the day, I'm very skeptical now about buying it because of the whole microtransactions part.
Right.
Like, I know they're trying to get people interested in spending money, but the thing is, like, here in Australia, I'm not sure how much games go in the US, so don't quote me on this, but we're spending roughly $110 to $120 on a brand new game.
Oh wow.
Like, that's how much we're paying for a brand new PS4 game just coming out. $120 to $110. Like, that's a lot of money per se on just a person that goes out of the way to buy the new game. $110. That's a lot of money. And then trying to tell people now, it's like, hey, we're gonna add all these microtransactions. And anyone that has played the previous games, they've never had it, and they never really had to go out of their own way to spend extra money on, like, extra content.
Correct.
It came all included. So now, like, the developers are going, you know what? Screw you. We're going to make more money because that's what we want.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I 100% agree.
Skeptical. Sorry. I do apologize for my wording.
No.
Was
It's
all
fine.
over the place. But the thing is,
Now go ahead.
they are being generous, like, in the sense that most of it, like, you are getting the offline gameplay for, like, most of the campaign. But at the same time, Why are you making people spend more money on things that you never had to pay for before? In all the previous games, you never had microtransactions. Why are you starting to put it into this right now? Like, that's what destroyed Payday 2. Like, Payday 2 was a great game to begin with. Everyone loved it. Everyone was playing it. And then you included microtransactions. And then people just went, you know what? I'm done with this game.
Right.
Because that was the only way you can continue to enjoy the game. You had to spend money. And no one wants to go spend $20 or $30 or whatever the cost of it going to be to play a game continuously.
I agree.
Like I'm spending $100 on a game. That's what I want to spend. If I'm happy to spend $100 on the game, I should get included what I want. Like,
Absolutely.
it's the same thing with other games like Call of Duty and Battlefield. Like, no one is forcing the person to buy the DLC for the extra maps. That is your own call to make. But at the same time, they tell you that, and you know that's going to happen regardless. But no one's forcing you to go spend $100, and then it's like, yeah, but we're not going to give you the full multiplayer experience until you spend extra money. Go, hey, here's a microtransaction. You need to do this and that.
Well, I think it really comes down to what the microtransactions are for. I mean, for example, Fortnite. Fortnite's a free game, but they do have microtransactions involved. But it's only for, optional skins. A different parachute, a different pickaxe, a different skin for your character, a different emote. None of them have any effect on gameplay. So as long as the microtransactions are something that have no impact on gameplay, and it's just like skin based, or it just kind of changes the aesthetic a little bit, I have no problem with it, because unless I really want to do that, then I don't need to do that. So it really comes down to what the microtransactions are for. Now, if it's for something that gives me an advantage or unlocks content that I would want to fully enjoy the experience, then I'm against that. And that's the whole EA model. And but again, it's Ubisoft. Ubisoft does not have a history of that kind of behavior. So I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Until they prove us wrong.
Yeah, we'll have to see where they come out of the box with this one as it gets closer, especially. Last two things on the ballot, I guess, would be if you're a Monster Hunter player on your PS4 or Xbox One, look forward to the next couple weeks. You're probably gonna get a new monster, you're gonna get some new gear, you're gonna get some changes to your weapons, stuff like that. If you're interested into that, definitely check it out. It is a lot of information as usual. I mean, it is a JRPG. So, and the last thing we have for news is Shadow of the Tomb Raider has been confirmed for PS4, Xbox One, and PC. So there you go. Not only do we have the movie, now you have another Tomb Raider game.
Yay!
Yeah. Obviously, everyone here is super excited. We are ecstatic.
No, not really.
All over the place. I mean, I'm excited about games like this. I'm not a huge Tomb Raider player. If you are, jump for joy.
I played the old school Tomb Raider back on the PlayStation 1, but lately they've just been going, sorry, but no. No, stop.
Yeah.
Like I know they're trying to release this now because of the new movie, trying to make extra coin and extra dollars in the bank, but just no. The last game was bad enough. Sorry, but I'm probably gonna get some hate here, but no, just stop.
I haven't played Tomb Raider since Tomb Raider 2. I mean,
it's been a while for me too.
Yeah,
I apologize.
It's not that it's a bad game. I mean, it looks fantastic. It looks beautiful. But
it does.
It's just not my kind of game. It's just not what I'm into. And that's, if you like that kind of game, good on you. Enjoy the game.
Yeah, maybe we could check, the Alpha Nerds Guild blogs, and we may see a review on it. So if you haven't, check the Alpha Nerds Guild website and look at those blogs out there. Especially all those reviews and some of those opinion pieces, because they are really, really good.
I mean, they could just go to alphanerdsguild.com and see reviews and other kind of information like that?
That's what I've heard. I've heard you could actually go to https://www.alphanerdsguild.com and then go to the blogs and you'll see it there. I'm just saying,
Dun, dun.
but I'm just
Just
saying.
saying.
But now that we're done with the generic, some news, now we want to get to the big topic. We want to get to this big topic. I know a lot of people.
Before we get to the big topic.
Okay, go ahead.
before we get to
Hit
the
me.
big topic, there's one more piece of news I just wanted to touch base on
Go ahead.
that we talked about briefly. How cool is it that the USS Colorado, the newest nuke sub in the U.S. Navy's arsenal, is partially controlled by an Xbox One controller?
That just apparently
Oh.
apparently the U.S. Navy is now in Microsoft's corner. Instead,
Right?
they could have
There we go,
used a
Navy.
PS4 controller. They could have used a Nintendo Switch Pro controller. It even has gyros, the best gyros in the. But no, apparently they're in the
business.
bag for Microsoft. So there you go.
It
Department
looks
of
like
Navy
the U.S.
confirmed.
Navy is sponsored by Microsoft.
Apparently so. Here we go.
Apparently so.
Confirmed. We found it.
The next war will be fought in PUBG style.
Mm.
But with Fortnite graphics.
Damn.
Fortnite graphics.
I hope my 1080 is able to keep up.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
We're coming for you, Kim Jong Un,
That's right. Pew pew.
with a pickaxe.
Hang on, let me gather these bricks real quick. You never know what I'll need.
Don't shoot me from behind. Anyways, your big topic. I just wanted to bring that up. I just thought that
Yeah,
was kind of cool.
That's awesome.
That video games have become such an integral part of our society that they're actually utilizing the controllers now
Mhm.
to control things in the military. Because, well, I mean, it's what people are used to doing. Just
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many different controls. There's so many variables that we've grown into over the years. That a huge keyboard could probably still not move as quickly per se, right? You have all the joysticks and stuff like that. Kids grow up with this stuff, so I can see where they're going with that. We'll see how it continues to go through. But our big topic, because we keep. Last time I put that poll out there, everybody was saying we need to talk more about movies. Yeah, apparently. So here we are. We're going to talk about movies, ladies and gentlemen. What we're going to talk about is the future. Since this is obviously a nerd podcast, we're going to keep it nerd. We're going to talk about the MCU and DC. Where do they go from here?
okay. Before we get too deep into this,
Mhm.
even as the resident comic book nerd, you guys can go ahead and deduct points from me if you'd like. But
You just lost street cred.
I'm serious. I'm about to lose some nerd street cred. I have yet to see Justice League. I was like about it when I saw the trailer. All the reviews were so I'm waiting for it to hit Netflix or CBS or some.
I'm pretty
somewhere
sure
where I
it's
don't have
already
to pay
there.
A lot of money to see it, but it didn't. It just doesn't look that good. So as far as DC, I think they have a lot of ground to catch up on.
Yeah. Let's do that. We'll start with DC. That way we can end on a high note. How about that? Let's
There
start
we
with
go.
DC.
How about no?
I mean, they started off fairly weak with Batman versus Superman, and then got weaker with Suicide Squad. They should just stick to making trailers. They make really good trailers.
Right.
They make crap movies, but fantastic trailers.
Yeah, I think what we'll do here is this is what we'll do before people, jump in on
Again,
us.
that's
What we're
on
gonna
Twitter at Betamax_13.
Obviously,
Hit me with your hate mail. I had to
No.
take it, but you're wrong. DC movies kind of suck.
this is what I'm gonna say. No, I was gonna make a very, very specific distinction. We're going to cut off the Batman series from the DCEU, right? We're splitting off the Batman only series with your Christian Bales and everything. That is completely separate because it wasn't designed to be and a full comic universe. That was designed specifically standalone because they weren't even planning on doing that. Now, you know, that's why when you said Batman versus Superman, that was a good start. I would say Man of Steel was the start because that brought in, you know, the Resident Superman. This is what I would say. Man of Steel came out good. At first when I saw it, I said, that's pretty good. When I went back and saw it, it's actually better the next time I saw it. Maybe because I'm a Henry Cavill fan. I like Henry Cavill. But yes, when they moved to Batman versus Superman, it got a little corny for some reason. And then they started to save themselves with Wonder Woman, because Wonder Woman was really good. Well, obviously, I mean they dug a little bit of a hole, but Wonder Woman started bringing them out of this hole a couple of inches. It's kind of like, when it starts pouring in, like people are shoving in dirt, and then you could stand up a little bit higher. That's kind of what happened. But then we hit.
And they start pulling dirt back on themselves.
Right. I mean, you had the Suicide Squad, and then the Justice League didn't hit the notes it needed to.
I mean, here's the thing. There's like some brilliant moments in those movies.
Mm-hmm.
Man of Steel was okay. It wasn't as horrible as a lot of people say it is. It was really boring at times.
I will agree with that, yeah.
But I had the same problem with a lot of, especially like with Batman, Spider-Man, Superman. Everyone knows the origin story. Everyone knows where Batman, Spider-Man, and not Captain America, but Superman come from.
Mm-hmm.
They know how they got there. Do we really need to tell that story again?
This is what I will come up.
I just can't.
Go ahead, Dean.
Sorry, I just can't take watching Uncle Ben dying. Spoiler, but yeah, I just can't keep watching him die. Like, it's time to.
That was the great thing about Spider-Man: Homecoming, though. We just skipped all that crap.
I know, but that's what I mean. We skipped that window. We know it happens. Like, anyone, like, honestly, we're all nerds here. You know what's going to happen. You know what I'm talking about. The fact is, we know what's going to happen. But
great power, great responsibility, all that stuff. Yeah, you know.
We don't need to see it happen. Like, we don't need him to die on our screens in every movie. Like, I'm sick and tired of the reboots because, don't get me wrong, I like, who was the first Spider-Man? Tobey Maguire.
Tobey Maguire, yeah.
He was an okay Spider-Man. Then we had Andrew Garfield. I preferred Garfield over Tobey Maguire. And Twisters not agree with me, but I didn't care.
Oh no, we established that. We established that the Spider-Man series kind of did that roller coaster where it can kind of just moved upward because it was Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and then we got to Tom Holland. And we're like, okay, thank God we got here.
Yeah, but that's the thing. We started from the bottom, now we're here. But at the same time,
I see what you did there.
I was never a fan of Tobey Maguire's portrayal of Spider-Man. Sorry, I never liked him as Spider-Man. He just seemed way too old for that role.
I love how we're gonna start off depressing with DC, but we still ended up going to Marvel because that's apparently magnets.
Well, that's the thing. In my opinion, this is what DC needs to do. They need to sell everything they own to Marvel, so Marvel can turn it into gold and magic. It's like what George Lucas did. He realized he can't continue to do Star Wars, so he sold most of that to Disney.
Well, that's a whole other can of worms there. I can agree with.
Here's the crazy thing, though. Here's the crazy thing. Before we get too far past what he just said.
Okay.
Marvel, DC selling stuff to Marvel, Marvel making it gold. That only applies to the movie universe. Because when you get down to the comic book universe, DC absolutely owns Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, absolutely.
What they're writing every month and what they produce every month from DC owns everything that Marvel puts out. Marvel puts out
agreed.
Horrible stuff like, Squirrel, the Fantastic Squirrel Girl,
mm-hmm.
and a quasi, I won't even get it's political, so I'm gonna avoid some of the stuff from Marvel. But DC just puts out good comic books. This is Batman. Batman's the greatest detective of all time, and by the way, he can kick your behind. And meanwhile, Marvel's over here trying to give us a social lesson. So in the comic book world, DC absolutely owns it, but for some reason, they just can't get Hollywood to leave them alone long enough to make us a movie worth watching.
Yeah.
Because it really comes down to we get to the theater expecting with these expectations of what these characters are, because some of us have been reading these books for 30 plus years. There's people older than me that have been reading for 50, 60, 70 years now.
Mm-hmm.
Batman's 75 years old. And we get to the movie theater and we get, wait, this isn't the Justice League. What?
Exactly.
Yeah.
This isn't the Suicide Squad.
I mean, they could potentially do something like this, right? They could take DC rights and just let Marvel Studios do it, right? It would basically essentially be an Intel AMD kind of thing, right? Just like they do with the processor. They finally come together, and then we make something good, YMCA or something. I don't know.
Well, here's the great thing, though. With the new Flash movie that's in production,
mm-hmm.
they've actually DC and 20th Century Fox, who owns them, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, Time Warner. Warner Studios owns them. Correct myself. They're building themselves an ex machina so they can get out of what they're doing right now with a storyline called Flashpoint with the Flash movie.
Okay, so they're following the Flashpoint plot for the Flash movie.
That's the movie. The movie's right now. The working title is Flashpoint, which for you non-comic book fans, Flashpoint is a storyline in the Flash where basically Flash goes back and his mom never dies, and it changes everything. Bruce Wayne's parents don't die. Bruce Wayne dies. So it changes who Batman is. It changes who the Joker is. It changes who Superman becomes. It changes who the turns are. It changes everything in the universe. So they can use this to actually bail themselves out of this hole they've done.
Mm-hmm.
And basically start over. And maybe, say, okay, we really screwed up. Joss Whedon, you made Marvel great. And you're now under contract with us. Please save us. On a personal note, I hate you, Joss Whedon.
Damn.
Wow.
I love what he makes, but he says too many.
No,
things.
that's just too much hype. That's just too much hype for me.
No.
No,
you should read. So go to Joss Whedon's Twitter page. You'll hate him too.
Yeah, I agree. But move past that. So I mean that does give me hope. That does give me hope hearing that especially for Flashpoint. I keep saying I want DC to get it together. I don't know. I can't put everything into words too well by how it's frustrating. And Twiz is gonna disappear on us. Blah.
He has to go to the toilet.
Yeah,
I think.
But DC has a lot of catching up to do, just like Twiz said. Flashpoint may be one of them. However, I think it's going to be how they add additional characters to this, because what they have right now is just not turning over, because you only got one shot, right? So
absolutely.
Yeah, you come out the box with a character and you're not perfect with them, or you at least don't do good enough to where people want to see them again, then you need to add, because that's kind of what Marvel did, right? They spread themselves out and they said, we're gonna do the cinematic universe. We have the Netflix and other series and all this other stuff. We're just spreading it out, and the characters just kind of float to the top, right? Your Coulsons, your guys that people just fell in love with that wasn't necessarily a thing at the time, but it creates it. Whereas kind of DC is just gonna stick with the pedestal ones, the pedestal characters, and say this is what we have, and just like you said, we're going to continually rehash everything.
I disagree. I mean, they've already announced that they're going to take some of the fringer characters. I love this. We're actually in a field. We're talking a field I know incredibly a ton about. And they're doing a movie soon. It's in pre-production right now called Gotham Sirens, where they're going to take Harley Quinn, and it's a group of female villains to include Poison Ivy,
Mhm.
Harley Quinn, and I believe there's like one or two more that they're going to tie in. So it's a little bit more of that fringy thing. So depending on how they do that,
Right.
it could be really great because I think we can all agree one of the highlights of the Suicide Squad was in fact Harley Quinn.
Right.
Um,
She was the highlight essentially, because everyone else kind of didn't just. To me personally, they didn't hit on all cylinders. Deathstroke. They
I'm going to say something. I'm going to say something real controversial.
okay.
Again,
Uh-oh.
before I say this, on Twitter it's at Betamax_13. If you find me on Discord, it's Todd AF, and on Facebook, it's just plain old Todd Fisher. I like Jared Leto as the Joker.
That is controversial, sir. Take it all back.
In the context of,
You can leave. Please hand in your net credentials now, and we'll find your replacements.
Jared Leto, that Joker is not the original Joker. Because when I watch the Suicide Squad, I see him as Jason Todd, not the Joker.
Mm-hmm.
So, again,
No,
I like Jared Leto. I like the way he played it as a sadistic, psychotic person. But it'll be what it'll be.
Yeah, I mean it's. I mean we like I said there were the things I was really pointing to was more so specific characters, right? Like I know they have Shazam, Black Adam, stuff like that on the way, but that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. Like those kind of characters should have, all these other ones out here in the DC universe should have already started making their way.
Have you seen the pictures of Shazam from the set?
No, I haven't seen those pictures yet.
I don't need to. No, but I'm just going to put this out there right now. I disagree with you right now. Jared Leto as the Joker has nothing over Hugh Jackman. I'm not Hugh Jackman, sorry. Heath Ledger. Sorry, I don't know why the hell I said Hugh Jackman. I must have been.
Because he's Australian.
Yes, and he's a beautiful.
No, don't get me wrong. I didn't say Jared Leto was better than Ledger. I mean, I think everyone can agree that Heath Ledger killed it as the Joker. I mean, I still to this day quote Heath Ledger's Joker.
Mm-hmm.
We all do.
Thank you.
But I'm just saying, within that particular universe, Jared Leto worked.
In that universe, in a way, yes. But when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, oh my gosh, I'm going blank. Heath Ledger is the Joker, in my opinion.
Absolutely. But see,
but in that universe, I agree with you. In that universe, I do agree with you in the sense that Leto did do good justice to the Joker's character.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, guys, please forgive me.
Yeah.
But honestly, that is my 2 cents on that.
No, I think we should go ahead and cap off DC. We'll kind of touch on MCU for a little bit, but I think we're all kind of in agreement in like different ways, right? They just need to start stepping up with their characters, tell their character stories correctly. Don't keep rehashing it, and just give us brand new stuff, and we'll continue on. But closing off that piece, we'll move on to the MCU. What do we think the MCU is going to do from here on out? Are they going to fizzle, or do you think they're going to keep continuing? Let's start with Twiz. What do you think?
I think that it's just gonna get bigger from here. Honestly, we just recently opened ourselves up to the more cosmic stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and plus with the impending, it's bound to happen at any moment of 20th Century Fox to Disney.
Yeah,
essentially the properties of the X-Men, the Fantastic Four, coming under the umbrella of Marvel Studios and Disney. I think it's something to get bigger. I think I'm so looking forward to the future of the MCU. And to be honest, I'm not the biggest Marvel guy. I love my indie books.
mm-hmm.
But when it comes to the movie universe, Marvel's definitely going to just kick it into high gear. I mean, we have Captain Marvel coming after this, which It could be a hit or miss. I'm holding out to wait until we see more from it.
Yeah, I know exactly where you're going with that. So I 100% agree. There's been Captain Marvel's kind of done some weird things. Okay.
There's a lot of controversy around that particular character right now, especially within the comic book, the actual print pages.
Mm-hmm.
So it's interesting to see. I'm waiting to see which Carol Danvers we get.
Yeah.
And once that becomes clear, I think that will set the tone for the future. It also really depends on what happens to the Avengers this year, because we know at least one, if not more, of the major characters are not going to survive these 2 movies.
Correct.
Where do we go from there? Who are we losing? And which direction do they follow after that? So I'm hopeful. I'm ever hopeful for the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but I'm guarded because, look, I'm a comic book nerd. I've been a comic book nerd since I was a wee lad. I'm just happy that we have these movies.
Right. I agree with you. Yes.
Don't screw it up. DC,
Absolutely.
Marvel, don't screw it up. You're on such a hot streak. You could probably pretty much just polish a turd and put it out there, and I'm gonna love it at this particular moment in time. But yeah, I think we're gonna see more of the cosmic part of it. I think next, because they put release dates out there, but not the titles of what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And we know one of them is gonna be Captain Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
We can assume one of them is gonna be a Doctor Strange sequel. We can assume one of them is going to be another Guardians of the Galaxy sequel, please. I love you, Guardians of the Galaxy. You're fantastic. So I think we're definitely going to go that direction. But then again, Marvel has thrown us some curveballs. We know we're getting another Spider-Man sequel.
Mm-hmm.
So are we going to get another Iron Man sequel?
No.
I don't think so. We know we're not getting another Thor sequel. And we know we're not getting an Incredible Hulk standalone. So, who are the next big characters that they can pull out that people are going to identify with and enjoy? Is what we really have to think about. And I really think, I honestly think that the reason why the upcoming movies have no titles is they have a plan for Fantastic Four and the X-Men.
That's what I'm thinking too.
They're waiting for the official word from Disney that sales done, contracts are written, money is transpired. We own the rights to Fantastic Four and X-Men, and then we finally get the MCU Fantastic Four and MCU X-Men, and I will weep quietly. Actually, the next podcast after that, I will just sit here and silently weep for the entire hour. Like, what do you think? And I'll be going,
He just has a lot of feelings,
Great feels.
Yeah, I'm like such a good
I got you
place.
back, man.
But that's my 2 cents on that particular topic. Sorry. You struck right on the nerve of what makes me a nerd, honestly. With this comic book stuff.
No, I mean, you're 100% right. I'm in the same boat. The prospect of bringing back the Fantastic Four and the X-Men, everything that was under Fox back into the fold is huge, because X-Men in itself is huge. I mean, that's another Stan Lee baby we're talking about here. X-Men, you want to talk about characters. The character list on the X-Men is absurd. Is absolutely absurd. And the way Marvel keeps doing this is that they could just pick any one of these X-Men characters and just do something. And it's so weird the way they're doing this right now. So the prospect of that is exponential. I don't really see the end of that. And then, of course, like I keep saying, I want my Fantastic Four and I want it good. I'm tired of trash. I need a good Fantastic Four. What do you think of this, Dean? What do you think the MCU is going to do, other than not come?
Honestly, actually, Stan Lee was in Australia last year, so I got a photo with him. I will put that up on the chat. I mean, Grandpa Lee. Anyway, my point is that they got a lot of things in the fire. Like, they got Ant-Man War coming in April. We got Ant-Man. We got Captain Marvel. We got another Avengers film I think later next year or later this year as well. On top of that, and then we also got the Spider-Man sequel.
Mhm.
We got so many things to look forward to, but at the same time, I'm worried they got too many things on the fire that they might rush a few of the things and not give it the real justice the movies deserve. You know, like Guardians of the Galaxy, I salute you, Mr. Twiz, because those movies just are beautiful in every way.
Mhm.
But I'm worried that because we've got so many of these movies coming out, some movies might get neglected and don't give it the full justice they deserve.
I
Like
could
I
see
would
that.
love another sequel to Iron Man. I would love that, but at the same time, I don't want it because they already got a lot to keep us at bay. A lot of us to keep us interested, to keep on spending our money,
Mhm.
our good old hard-earned money, to go and see these movies. But at the same time, I'm worried that they're not being really careful. Like, saying that as well, Guardians of the Galaxy is coming out in 2020. That's my bet.
The really interesting thing, I know we're talking MCU right now, but because comics are kind of my thing,
Mhm.
I happen to have the pulse on what's going on in the bigger scope of things, and some of the smaller companies are starting to are gearing up to jump in on this bandwagon, such as Valiant.
Right.
Recently, before we skip over it, there's a character called Bloodshot. If you're not familiar with Bloodshot, get familiar with Bloodshot, because the movie's been announced that they've been announced for a while that they're going to make these movies, but now they have a director, they have a star of the movie, and it's a big name. So pretty soon we're
And
going
I
to
know
have
who it is.
Vin Diesel as Bloodshot.
Yeah.
And not exactly my first choice, but you know what? That's awesome. Vin Diesel brings some credence to it. And so I think what we're going to see is, I mean, a lot of people were predicting that comic book movies are going to fizzle out, but I think we're getting ready to go to the next level,
Mhm.
or as they used to say on Mad TV, whole never level,
Right.
because we're going to start getting into the more independent stuff where it's it's more complex, honestly.
Mhm.
Where it takes these tropes that we're used to and takes it to that level and amps it up and cranks it up to dials up to 11, and you really see the impact of what stuff like this can have on a real person, instead of, hey, here's Captain America punch Nazis.
Right.
You know?
Don't hate on that storyline. Beautiful storyline still to this day. There's nothing wrong with American punching Nazis, but yeah, we're all, once again, I think we're all pretty much on the same page with different things. Yeah, I did see that news, especially with Vin Diesel, especially Jason David Frank is all, he's super stoked too. He was posting a whole lot about it as well. So,
GDF.
Yeah, so I mean, we'll see. There's a lot of stuff on the horizon. I agree with Dean. I agree with both of you. It's good to have apprehension because we don't know how much is happening behind the scenes, and if they stack it up too strong, then yeah, what Dean is talking about could happen. And at the same time, with these acquisitions, Twiz could be 100% right as well. So two things could be true at once, to where they gain these rights, and now a ridiculous amount of characters get added, and now they have to run with a whole new thing, and we just don't know. But I'm gonna assume the best because they've continued to deliver consistently. So I think we'll be in good hands, gentlemen and ladies.
You better hope so.
But I think we've all talked ourselves out. We're pretty much running out of time here. Anybody?
We're on my ground. I could talk all night about it.
I know we can. At least until you pass out, because it's behind your behind your bedtime. But
no, let me just say this real quick.
Go ahead.
Quick. A couple different shout outs and whatnot. Shane, you're not alone. You're right. There are no original ideas, but there hasn't been an original idea since William Shakespeare's days. I'm just going through some comments.
Yeah, go ahead.
That we've gotten, through the live stream and whatnot. I mean, really, everything boils down to three different stories, and that's movies in stories and television. It's true. If you do a historical look, it's just true. Maybe not many people here because no interaction. Well, we're trying to interact with you, Shane. I'm sorry. I'm a little snookered. I'm about a few pints in.
That's no excuse.
Chris is supposed to be paying attention to Facebook. I've got YouTube on lockdown, and then
I'm not looking at anything.
Yeah,
Just
Dean's busy making sure all the kangaroos and the koalas are being behaved.
he's all wrangling them up, keeping them safe, keeping them all.
yeah, exactly. That's a hard job, okay? You guys don't understand.
I don't. You're absolutely
And
cool.
let's be honest, the voice of God has a lot. His omnipotence. He's looking down on all of them.
That's right. His omnipotence spreads. So even though he may or may not be on location where he would normally videotape, he is watching you right now. So be on your best behavior. ladies and
He's
gentlemen.
watching from above.
The
Correctly.
voice of God sees all.
Absolutely correct. And I think one of the last things I'll do before we close down, we talked about it on the guild meeting. If you weren't there at the guild meeting, I kind of get you up to speed on what we all kind of talked about there. There's a thing going on right now that we're planning going, since we're kind of veteran based as far as what we're going to do for the nonprofit side. The current plans right now is that we're going to start reaching out and looking for people to all kind of get together and do kind of an Operation Gold Star, if you will. There is a Gold Star family that we're looking at to essentially get together, money and different things like that, and we're going to do something nice for them. We're looking at doing it right now. I'll post this in the Facebook group too. I've been meaning to do it, but and we're also going to do a tribute to a law enforcement official that took their own life as well the week prior. So the week of Memorial Day week and the week prior to, we're going to do these two things. So be on the lookout out there in Alpha Nerds Guild land where these things happen. If you want to be a part of it, let us know. We'll let you know what's going to go on. I got to reach out to different people to get the rest of this stuff going starting next week. But keep paying attention. Keep checking out on the Facebook group and as well on the website, and we'll let you know what's happening. Other than that, that's really all I have. Gentlemen, do y'all have anything else before we head out of here?
Mm.
And a hush falls over the crowd. And no, Dean is not Benediction.
Damn. I'm insulted.
Exactly. Dean is the resident Australian. Ben is the voice of God, also from Britain or the UK. So
This is our army nerd.
I am the army nerd.
And he can answer all of your recruitment questions.
Right. If anyone needs to know about army stuff, go ahead and ask me. I'm the SME.
He won't lie
so.
to you. He'll. I mean, in this capacity, he will not do the recruiter thing. He'll tell you 100% the truth. Won't
Yeah,
you, Chris?
Absolutely. I don't really care what you do as long as you're doing good things for us in the country. That's all I care about is you're a productive member of society, please. That's all I require.
Damn.
No, there are not two gods, Shane. Stop it.
But I think
Damn it, Shane.
yeah, David Shane, stop it.
Stop it, Shane.
That's
I
right.
can't take God's job. The only person that can do that is Morgan Freeman.
That's right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think we have hit the end of this. Make sure to pay attention to us. You see our names on the screen. If you don't, I am at ABNMP269. We have at Dean Oxhill, and we have at Betamax_13. If you didn't hear it from the millionth time we said it today, you can follow us there.
Send your hate mail.
Right. You can find us on Discord. You can find us on streams. You can find us wherever. Flag us down. Talk to us. We're all in here together. We're all here to have the good time. You can find us again on Wednesday, same time,
Maybe.
2100, maybe, at 9 p.m. CST, unless something happens. Don't judge us if we don't. But for me, ABN, for Dean, for Twiz, and for the missing Ben, this has been the Alpha Nerds Guild Podcast, episode 10. We will see you next week.
Peace.